Hello and welcome. Thank you guys for joining me today. We're going to walk through how to do a sky replacement. It is something that can very quickly and easily add a lot of life and drama to your photos, and it's just a fantastic tool to have in your back pocket for clients. Now, we're going to start out with this photo of a backyard, and it had beautiful work done by an architect client of mine, but the day that I needed to photograph it just turned out to be very gray and dreary, and it was just full of clouds that were all one gray tone. So the photos, although the composition I'm happy with everything about it, except it feels very drab and down and kind of lifeless. So I'm going to do a sky replacement. I'm going to show you guys what a difference that can make. We're starting with this image, and we need to also have a photo of a sky. Now, I found this one on Unsplash, which is kind of my go-to resource for stock photos when I don't have anything in my own library. I highly recommend it. All of the photos have a Creative Commons license, meaning you can use them anywhere you need for any purpose. And I found this fantastic sky photo that I really loved. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to come back over to my photo and paste it in there. Now you can see it adds it as a new layer over here. Clearly the sky photo is smaller than mine, so we're going to stretch out the sky so that it fits over all of the area that I need it to fit over on my image. I'm going to bump it up a little bit so I get a little bit more of that pink in there. Okay. So now we have our stock photo placed over my photo, and we're going to change this layer from normal to multiply, and you can see what it does there is it makes it almost like a sheer layer over top, and already vast improvement, but clearly we need to make sure that we erase this sky that is over top of what we don't want to be covered, what is not sky. So the way to do that is we're going to start erasing it through a mask. So we're going to create a mask for the sky layer. You can see it right there. And then we're going to go to our brush tool, and we're going to make sure it's in black, right? Because we're going to take away that mask in the areas that we brush, and we're going to start brushing. Now, for this, I have the opacity for my brush set a little bit stronger than I normally would. I would normally have it closer to about 15%. I have it at 50 because I want it to take it away more quickly. I'm not being that gentle with this brush, but we do want to have a nice big brush that's relatively soft. My flow, I keep it at 11. I do want to keep that nice and low. So you can see it's slowly taking off any sign of that sky layer as I keep brushing and keep brushing over this area. Now, the great thing about this method is that you don't have to be super careful about your edges. You can use a lasso tool and you can go around the edges, but for example, this blue feels a little bit heavy, so I can go over with a brush and it lightens the blue a little bit, but it does so very softly because I have a brush that's very soft and very big, and so the effect feels very natural. I can brush it off of all of the non-sky areas of the photo without necessarily having to go through with a pencil or a lasso and get into every tiny little crevice, because that would just be extremely tedious, especially around this tree here. That would take forever. So this is a great way to be able to have a natural look and kind of quickly and kind of in a messy way create a natural look that feels polished and finished, but without having to do all of that tedious detail. Now I'm just about happy. I'm actually going to erase a little bit up here. It's a little bit too strong of a color. There we go. So now this right here is a finished version that I would turn into my client. And I want to show you really quickly what that looks like. This is the before, and this is with the sky. Now, if you have any surfaces in your landscape that are wet, one great tool is to flip this back to white and put a little bit of that sky color back in there. Because for example, if this sidewalk here was wet, it would be reflecting some of that sky color. So we can add a little bit of that in there. But we'll do that in a different tutorial because there are a couple of little tricks to being able to do that well. But for now, you have your finished sky replacement photo. Here's the after and here's the before. So I hope this has been really helpful to you guys. I hope this is a tool that can come in handy for your clients, and hopefully it gives you a little bit more flexibility in when you can shoot, and you can shoot on those gray days and be confident that you can still make it work and look absolutely beautiful. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the Groves YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed already. There are going to be a lot more videos being added, and I cannot wait to see you there next time. Bye, guys.